G'day guys, welcome to the round 16 review for Supercoach 2020. We scored 2,101. We are now back in the top 5%. We did fall last week. I didn't upload a review because of the short turnaround, but I was in the top 6%, so we went up 1,056, which is pretty nice. I don't think we're going to do much more this year. I'll lurk around that area. I'm not expecting to rank that higher this year. I'd be surprised if I made it in the top 4%, to be honest. So, it's one of those years, really. Sort of looking forward to 2021, if anything. Bit sick of this year. Pretty happy I'm finally able to finish my side and not look back now. But we'll get straight into the team. And, you guys will see my frustration because there's been a couple of trades in between now and my last upload. So you guys will see that now we've got Goldstein, Walters, Taranto. Pretty sure that's it. We bought in Fife as well. So yes, a couple things have changed. Haven't really worked out. It's fair to say we've been burnt. We've dropped. We could be doing so much better. But unfortunately, this is what we're doing at the moment. Too many fake primos. That's kind of all I have to say. That is the summary of 2020. You've got coronavirus, and then you've got too many fake primos. They are the key words, the key sentences for this week. Headlines, that's the word I'm trying to think of. Those are the two key headlines for 2020. But I'm rambling on a little bit now. We'll get stuck straight to the side. Defence, Jake Lloyd. Unbelievable. He just does it every week. Is there a bad game this guy plays? Probably not. And I'm just going to have a look at the way he's progressed this year. He's basically hit his break even. If you don't have him for some reason or other, he's going to be basically impossible. Now, there is so much consistency, and he hasn't gone below 100 since round one. Now, that is some of the most reliable football we've seen in Supercoach in a very long time. You'll get a lot of... Even Neil scored his 80 or 90 or so every now and again and had his bad day, but ever since that round one, he has just been so reliable. I did captain him last week. I VC'd him against Melbourne and got the 143 as a bit of a pod captaincy. And, really happy with him. I was 50-50 on who to bring in at the time. It was either Lloyd or Luke Ryan. And, it's fair to say that I picked the right one there for a change. So, yes, really happy with Lloyd. I think we pick him next year. It has to be done. He's just so reliable. He will be expensive. You have to pay up for him, but that is completely fine, and I'm okay with that. Just below 660k, really nice. Love this player. He's an absolute weapon, and definitely embracing the seagull. Rory Laird, ever since I bought him in, he's been pretty good. A couple bad scores, but overall very consistent. 122, fantastic. Adelaide, what a win they had against the Giants. Never would have saw that one coming. In 2020, really, you wouldn't... where'd that come from? I'm sort of just all over the place here, but that's sort of why I bought in Taranto. That was just absolutely not the case. He underperformed. I'll get to him in a moment. But, Rory Laird, really nice. Didn't watch the game, didn't watch a whole lot of it anyway. Maybe he's playing a bit more midfield. He tends to be racking it up. Back to his 2017 best. Probably not quite, but he's getting pretty close. He's playing a really good second half of footy. Tom Stewart, terrific. A player that you can pick next year. He will just be so consistent. Won't go below 90, but won't go over 120. He's got 123 there, but that's about as good as he gets, which is really nice. He's consistent. He's solid, and I don't rate him as a pick in a way. It's a bit controversial, I know, but he's a bit vanilla. There's not much excitement to him. He doesn't tear it up. He's not like Lloyd, who just goes 140, 150 every now and again. He's just a solid player that does his thing every week, and that's all you can ask for him. So I think he's a perfect option. If you want to go for him in 2021, I'd highly recommend that. I may have him at D2. So that's sort of what I'm thinking for next year. I really like him as a selection. Nick Haynes, pretty good. Responded, had a couple pretty bad scores, it's fair to say. What did he score a couple of weeks ago or the other week? I can't remember. It was some dog-like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know he didn't. That was actually pretty good. I was thinking about that 67. That was ages ago. He went 96, 97. Yeah, 139 though against Carlton was really good. I was wrapped with that. Playing out of his skin, Nick Haynes been a great selection. Jordan Ridley, I think that's okay. He's been very good this year. Has dropped off a little bit. Gee, my boys, don't get me started on Essendon. They have been just woeful. And yeah, Lordo's comments about them just not caring. What are their purpose? What are they playing for? Where are they going with the football club? They're just playing selfish footy. They've just been such a terrible, terrible side to watch. The first time ever, I reckon, this is off track, but I'm just going to say this anyway, but against Geelong was the first time I ever stopped caring in a game. I was actually watching, having a couple of beers with a smile on my face, just watching Tom Hawkins have an absolute weapon of a game. He was awesome to watch. Menangola was fantastic, and I was just embracing Geelong, and I think they deserve to be the premiership winners for this year. They've been so good for so long, and I think they're due, so hopefully they can get the win and beat Richmond this year. But Essendon were just terrible. Ridley only got about 14 possessions, wasn't kicking as good as he usually does. He was around about 70%, so that's fine. That's what we can expect from him. A little bit of a worry, though, is Sam Doherty. There is a chance he may not get up this week. I do have a plan for that, and it does revolve around Trent Rivers, which is good. He's in good form. Just when you thought he was a dud rookie, he turns out to be a very nice selection. Was going to trade him, but we can hold him now. We have that luxury. And the bench is just whatever. I've got a plan for all that. You guys will see that later on in the video. I am doing a little bit of a long video here on each player, a little bit of a review sort of thing, just discussing them overall this year. I'll do a longer one with DR right at the end of the season or in the finals. But anyway, midfield, Marcus Bonampali. This guy is enormous. 3-round average of 150, I'm pretty sure. Fantastic. Probably a VC option this week against Hawthorn. VC, Bont, McRae, or Baz. Even Bailey Smith. He's you probably wouldn't do that, but doggies mids against Hawthorn, who just don't care this week. Could be very nice. Yes, I think, did I start Bonampali? I can't remember if I did or not. But no, I didn't. But when I brought him in, he was very bad for a very long time. Just couldn't get a good score out of him. Really found his feet ever since that Adelaide game where he nearly went the double ton. He's been fantastic. Just solid. McRae is nice. Now, probably, this is a bit another controversial comment, probably don't need to start him next year. Because the past 2 years I have started McRae, and I've paid up for him too. He's always around 650k, around the mark he is at the moment. And he usually drops, he underperforms at the start of the year, he usually drops around 70k, so you could probably get him in cheaper. There's no way I won't pick McRae next year, but as a starting option, you don't really have to do it. You can find value elsewhere. There'll be a lot of blokes that I'm actually considering, a lot of breakout ones, which I will discuss in a podcast with DR later on in the season. But I'm sort of just thinking a bit of a left field option with McRae and spending money on the two big ruckmen, Gawn and Grundy, Lloyd, and all these other must-haves. But McRae, great year, really nice. Not his best, but you're loving what he provides. Probably not a captaincy option for the rest of the year, not sure. Probably go VC Bonampali, to be honest. He's been absolutely on fire. And Lachie Neale. This is a bit of a unique situation here. So we captained Lachie Neale, 151. We're laughing there. But we had the VC on Petrarca. Now, I'm actually going to call out Dr. Supercoach here on his Facebook page. They are awesome. I love what they do. They're a great channel. They have a bit of content here and there on YouTube. But they have stitched me up a couple of times here with the VC. They got me really good with McRae a couple of weeks ago when they played Melbourne. McRae went, I think it said like 120 or something, 130, and then he actually went 141 or something. And I'd take that every day of the week. But on the Facebook page, that's what it said. So I went captain someone else and I got burnt. And this has happened again. So Petrarca, it says on his Facebook page, full time, Melbourne versus whoever the bloody hell they played. Petrarca, 130. And yeah, this time of the year, you can sort of take risks. The position I'm in at the moment, top 5%, I can afford to do a bit of high risk, high reward Supercoach play. And 140 is a score I would have taken. And if Neil, for some reason, had got tagged really hard by Tuke Miller, I know he's getting tagged by Anderson, that didn't really work out for the Suns. But if for some reason he was tagged really hard and then scored like a 110, I would be very pissed off about that. But I'm happy it worked. I got an extra 22 points from that. So I'm not complaining there, but gee, if it went pear-shaped, I would not be happy. So, I'm not sure what the go is there of the Dr. Supercoach. It's a bit of a unique situation. I might have to actually check the scores on Supercoach. Just a little bit impatient to check because it usually updates like 20 minutes, half an hour after the game. But that's sort of my take on them. I'm not sure what else to sort of say, but yeah, Lachie Neale, fantastic. 33 disposals. I think it was like 18 contested, a few tackles. Did butcher it a bit. I think it was like 67% effective. His time on ground is unbelievable. The amount of footy he gets, he racks up 30 disposals easily, but his time on ground is always in the high 90%. He comes off for a spell, nearly got into a little bit of a scuffle, a risk of getting reported. Last thing the Lions want coming into finals. So Fagan took him off about 2 minutes to go. Thought he'd spend the majority of the game, the rest of the game on the pine, but he come back on about 30 seconds later and picked up 3 more possessions. And that's just what he does. He does it every week. So, it's good to see Neil absolutely explode and captain him, which is great. We bought in Fife. Probably the wrong option. I just didn't know who else to bring in. He was relatively cheap. Could have... There's someone else. There's someone else that I had my eyes on. Whitfield, that's the one. So I thought about getting in Whitfield. I always think about it, and I just never do it. I don't know why. I don't do it, and he always just goes bang. Fife has been very disappointing, a player that I won't pick next year. Every score from him has been pretty poor since I bought him in. I think he went 130 last week, which was really nice, but then, a couple of 80s here and there, which kind of hurt a little bit. But yeah, that's fine. Fife's he's an absolute gun. So, should have a pretty good game against North Melbourne. I'm expecting him to tear him to shreds. A VC option if you're brave enough. Dustin Martin didn't play. Had a couple of outs, Grundy and Martin. So, 2,100 is pretty good. Martin will go into the forward line with my trades. So, you'll see that very soon. Cripper, probably won't start him next year. But then again, you could, because he'll be very cheap for his ceiling. I mean, I don't like to say ceiling. I don't like that in Supercoach. It's such a cliche word. But yes, Cripper does have a very high ceiling. A man who could have easily been a predicted Brownlow medalist this year, but wasn't to be. And he's going to be very cheap next year. I'd probably see him around, 520, 530K. So that for that value, he won't be happy as well. As a captain of a footy club that's really starting to emerge, he won't be happy with his performance, and I'm expecting him to click into gear again. So he may be a good option next year, but this year's just been really poor. There's nothing we can do about him. All we can hope now is that he responds and smashes the Crows. Let's hope he does that. And the Crows have been in good form too, so it probably won't happen. Viney, a fake primo. I hate this. I'm absolutely spewing. He's given me about 3 or 4 good scores over the 120, including on the weekend, which was really nice. But that just doesn't make up for all the 60s and 70s he's given me. So frustrating. I'm not a fan of it. A man that I just got completely sucked into after round 1. And 100 points there. That's just crazy stuff. Just look at this inconsistency. So the 137 looks good, but this is what we've been dealing with all year. The odd 109, the odd 120 or so, but he's just been a very frustrating pick. He butchers it a fair bit. I don't know. I won't pick him ever again. He's on the never again list for me, Viney. Tim Taranto, fake primo, bought him in, racks it up, but does absolutely stuff all with it. I think he had about 5, I tweeted about this, but he had about 5 clangers, gave away a free kick, and missed a goal, kicked the 1 point. So, completely butchered it. He's kicking around 60%, which is just not good enough. So, yeah, he's a weapon. He's a great player, but I probably should have done a bit of research on his disposal. Goldstein, I did bring him in I didn't want to muck around with the rucks anymore. I'm just sick of it. I've had 5 of them this year. So, yeah, really nice to just have someone that's going to be consistent, solid. Got him in for I think it was about 520k. So, yeah, pretty good. He's just going to be consistent. He plays Sean Darcy this week, so he should tower up on him a little bit. Draper, who we are trading out this week. Petrarca was good. Hugh Greenwood, he's just been such a great player to have in my forward line. So consistent, so contested, just does it all. He's the reason Gold Coast have been so influential this year. Bailey Smith, very nice player. A player that I may even consider next year in the midfield. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see, but he has had a bit of an inconsistent year, but we have seen glimpses of him, which is just unbelievable. I mean, the game he played against Richmond was absolutely crazy. The 37 disposals, nearly 800 metres gained. That is the type of footy this guy's capable of. So, Baz Lenker, well done. So, love this player. Walters responded after one of the the worst score I've ever seen any Primo do. And you're going to see it. This was the week I bought him in. He was relatively cheap. It's fine. And then he goes 49. Shithouse. Just so bad. I went, he's played a few bad games here. Been so consistent all year. Not really. So he burnt me there, but he did respond a little bit. Hopefully he can pick up his game, find some form. Player that I'll never pick ever again. I just didn't know who else to put in my side at the time because I was tight with money. Simpkin is a fake Primo. He is... I just don't know what he is anymore. He has gone from basically averaging 130 in the first 5 rounds of this year. I know he's averaging around 60, which is, not really nice for me. And, Jake Riccardi, not too good, but that's fine. We're going to hold him. We're going to keep him on the bench as coverage, which is fine. Whole row here of forward line players, really nice. And the bottom row, not as much. So our trades for this week. So we're going to get rid of Draper. Basically peaks now. Made some money off him, which is really nice. And we're actually going to get rid of Waitman. Now, see, the thing is, I can get rid of someone like Schoenberg and I'll have about 660k to play with. And I'll be able to get in Jack Steele. But Steele has Hutchins this week for West Coast. And then the last round he has De Boer for the Giants. So there's a fair chance he does get tagged heavily. So I won't get him in the side. As a guy who has a very easy fixture, he's about 100k cheaper. And because he's 100k cheaper, I can have some really nice rookie coverage. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to flip Williams into the ruck, Rivers into the back line, and we're going to get Dusty into the forward line, and our 2 midfielders. So what we're going to do is get in Josh Dunkley. And I had him at the start of the year. I started with him and didn't trade him after a really bad score in round 1. And unfortunately, he got injured, syndesmosis injury. I'm not sure I said that right or not. But basically, his ankle injury, he's back now. He's playing some great footy. He has a piss-easy draw. He plays the Hawks, and then, I can't remember, he plays in round 23. I think it's like Fremantle or something. It's a very easy draw, though. So he's just, he's going to kill it. For that value, it's pretty good. And we're just going to get in a loophole, and we're going to get in Corey Lyons for Brisbane. He'll probably get delisted at the end of the year. So we're going to use him as a loophole. Now, if you are looking for a loophole, you can have Hamish Brayshaw. He's a guy who you really can consider because he's actually playing this week and he's the same price. But it doesn't work out for me. I need someone playing right on a Sunday for this week's captaincy. And the Lions are playing I'm pretty sure it's the second last game of the week. So we need him to be that loophole. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to... I'll put him back on the field. Sean doing here. I'll wrap it up soon, though. So we're going to captain Lions, and we're going to VC probably Bonapali. A man who's really in some form, and yeah, loving what he's doing. So this is the side for this week. If Docky doesn't play, we've got Rivers coming on. So yeah, Schoenberg's good coverage, and Williams, I'm not sure, he'll probably come in and out. It's unlikely, but his coverage there. And Riccardi's good coverage as well. He'll play every game this year. And Common is loophole. So that's the side for Supercoach 2020. Probably won't upload another review. That's why this one's gone so long. If you made it this far into the video, yeah, thanks for watching. It's been one bloody hell of a year, I'll tell you that. Frustrating, very unique. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the no crowds, no footy in Melbourne, short turnarounds, player hubs, like the Corona stuff. I'm absolutely fed up with it all. So it's good to finally complete the side and just not have to worry about it anymore. Now, I do have a podcast this week. I'm pretty sure this week. I'm going to record it maybe tonight if I have enough time, or tomorrow. With Supercoach with DR, what we've decided to do is create our own Supercoach podcasting channel, and I'm pretty sure we're going to name it Supercoach Swordplay. We're going to get a logo professionally designed and upload regular podcasts every month or so, which would be really nice. And our first episode of that is going to be featured by none other than Supercoach Jords, who's a great mate of mine. A lot of blokes that watch my vids would know exactly who he is. He's a man of Supercoach, yeah, really good. He knows his stuff, and yeah, he's consistently up there in the top 500 every year. So that'll be good. Stay tuned for that. Probably won't be out till next week. So yeah, don't wait up for it. So yeah, it's just about it from me, guys. Hope you had a good year in 2020. A good week. Good luck for the finals. I think I made a couple. I don't think I got any chance whatsoever in the leagues. But if you are up there in the league finals, good luck. Hope your team does really well and you win the grand final, get the flag. But yeah, that's just about it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys in the podcast.